Hi, my name is Susan Weimer, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here with a video for My Sweet Petunia, Picket Studios, and Gina Designs. We are having a blog hop and giveaway collaboration today, Thursday. And this is the card we're going to make. I'm on the Picket Fence and My Sweet Petunia team, so I worked with some Gina Designs products, which were so much fun, particularly working with the Hello. And the kit that I got in the mail was the Elegant Asters kit from, I think it was last month. But the products now are all sold separately, and I'll have links to those in the description box below this YouTube video. So here's some paper I thought I was going to use, but we don't. But anyway, look at these. Look at this. These dies are on this absolutely wonderful cardboard-backed magnet paper thing. I forget what they're called. But anyway, so, and then this is the Picket Fence Studio stamp. It's called Circles of Faith, and I'm going to use that in the background. And then I have some Gina K ink up there, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So I was in indecisive mode, so I'll just pull them all out. So now you're going to watch me. This is ridiculous. Seriously. So I almost got my memory misty out because I'm like, why doesn't this fit? I know this should work in here. This is just, I think the stamp is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 on the diameter. But anyway, so we're going to use Versamark, which is some sticky ink that we use for embossing. I should have treated my paper with the anti-static powder tool, but I did not. I always neglect to do that. Fortunately, today was not a day here where I live that I actually really needed that. I could get away with it. So I've got that down good. We're going to use some white embossing powder from Hero Arts. And please excuse my computer is making a noise, and I am so sorry. It does that every time. I'm not sure why. But, so I've got my heat gun, and we're going to get that good and hot, and then come back to the paper and heat emboss it. Now, I really like doing this. So what we're basically going to do is an emboss resist technique. I'm going to take one of the ink colors, and we'll see which one in a minute, and emboss it, ink blend with it in its Innocent Pink, okay, from Gina K. And we're going to use the, I think it's the next or the third largest blender brush to add the ink to the areas where the rings, the circles of faith are stamped. And that will give us a nice emboss resist area and a nice platform on which to build our bouquet. So that's why I chose this. I really like this circles of faith stamp because it's larger and it's not a doily. So you're not getting all the complicated structures of the doily, whereas this will allow you to build a bouquet on it and not really take away from the bouquet, although doilies are lovely. So the next thing we're going to do is get the stamps onto some Neenah Solar White, and I'll just be doing some basic Copic coloring, so Neenah's fine for that. And I have the Gina K Amalgam ink, and I think it's Onyx Black is the name. That is on the other side of the room, or I would go get it. But I will link to that in the product list below. So I'm just going to get that one stamped down. Now these stamps are new to me. I hadn't used them yet. I hadn't even played with them. This card just flew right out of my head. I just decided to come in here and do something with them. So because they're so cute. So they stamp beautifully. I'm going to clean them off with the baby wipe. That's all they need. They will stain with that black ink, but that's okay. They'll stamp just perfectly fine the next time. If you do want to clean your stamps, I highly recommend the Hero Arts Ultra Clean. I usually clean my stamps while they're on the door of the Misty. I spray them with the Ultra Clean and then give them a good wiping off. There, I thought I had. I went to pick up the ink and there was no ink. There was just the case. But anyway, so going back to cleaning your stamps, what I usually do is just give them, after I wipe them off, another good drying with a microfiber cloth. And And that usually takes care of any staining residual ink. Doesn't take care of staining, excuse me. It'll remove any residual ink. So I'm starting with a yellow combination of Y11, Y15, and Y35. And we're just doing some very, very basic, simple copa coloring. We don't need anything fancy here. If I wanted to do a more realistic coloring of these asters, I would have used one of Gina's amalgam inks, like Barely There or Warm Glow, to stamp these to get a no line look. Now what you're going to see is happened is that I have overfilled my Y15 marker. So I've grabbed my Y13 while I let Y15 calm itself down. They're close enough. I'm not that worried about it, but I'm going to make the Y15 work in just a minute. And then adding back in the Y11. So this is just a pretty traditional yellow blending combination. I have trouble with yellows, so I signed up to take a class from Amy Schulke at Vanilla Arts at her live stream. And I've learned a ton and gotten some good color combinations out of them, so I would highly recommend her classes. And so for the centers of the flowers, I did YG03, and I think that's YG17. And then just to add a little bit of depth and dimension, I'm just doing some lightly scribbled lines, like little soft circles, with this Prismacolor Gray Lavender pencil. And that was one of the things that I learned in the class. And I do think it makes a difference. But again, if I was going for a really super realistic look, I would have stamped this with no line ink of some sorts, and then gone in and done this completely differently. But I think for the card that we're making, it's a birthday card, and I don't think we needed it all that complicated coloring, although I love complicated coloring. Please don't get me wrong. I just think these are cute on their own, and in fact, I think they're cute in black and white. So I'm just going to keep coming back with those same three colors and finish that off. And again, no need to make a fuss unless you want to. And then I think it's YG01, YG03, and then YG17. And then I'm coming in again with a grade lavender Prismacolor pencil. I have it listed in the description box below. I think it's somewhere in this room. So for my leaves, my favorite green combination is YG11, YG13, and YG17. Now sometimes I use other greens in there just to get a little bit more of a variation in the color, and then I just hit it up with some candied apple Prismacolor pencil. But because there are so many lines in the leaf and it's a more graphic style, I didn't feel like it was necessary for me to fiddle with 4 or 5 color blends. This looks perfectly fine, and it works. It's good. Like I said, this does not require any fancy coloring, and I think that's the beauty of this stamp set, is that it can either be used simply or it can go another way. Now I've put the yellow on there, and I've decided that I don't think it's bright enough, and unfortunately I don't have the brighter, I think it's Bubblegum Gina K ink. So I'm just going to use some Picked Raspberry Distress Oxide, same brush, and apply it so that I can have a greater contrast between the yellow and the pink, and also that the values are kind of sort of the same. But I wanted there to be some contrast in the back, so and have the back pop up a little bit. So I'm just going to build my bouquet, and again, just using the 3 flowers, keeping it real basic. And I don't know why I showed you the Distress Oxide again, but I did. So I'm going to adhere down the bottom 2 with the Gina K Connect glue, and then I'm going to pop up that 3rd largest one with a couple pieces of 3M foam tape and put that down. So I realized that some of the flowers are hanging off, and I did that on purpose so that it looked like a more natural pattern. I don't know why our eyes like to see it that way, but they do. So I'm going to fiddle and fiddle and fiddle here. So, but the thing is, these leaves are so cute, and I had made like enough of them that I just love them. So anyway, we'll just put some more in there. And so I'm just going to continue to build the bouquet, and I deliberately structured this and colored it so that I could cut out and use the Hello die that I just love. I think this is one of my favorite Hello dies. So I cut this out of Lucky Clover paper from Gina K Designs. And as you can see, because my flower is popped up, the hello is going to sort of hang off. So I'll show you my solution, although I'm not completely happy with it in the end. But the card's done. So what I'm going to do is cut the hello out of this fun foam, and then only use the L and the O, the two L's and the O, so that I am just building up where I need it to be thicker. I think that my fun foam is kind of too tried out because it was hard to adhere and then it was just not behaving correctly. So I actually went back after this section and did it all over again, and I think it looks a little bit better. But if I was going to do this again, I would have just done a double stack or a triple stack on the L and the O with just paper. So we're just going to adhere that down with some of the Gina K. Oh, nope, first I got out my glitter with, this is the Novo, I think, Spectrum Noir. Sorry, clear glitter pen. I had to glitter it up. It's from my mom. So I just added that to each of the leaves and to all of the flowers, and I did not add any to the background at all. So we'll just do that, and then we'll come back and we will glue on the, I think we come back and we glue on. I'm going to make up my mind, I guess. Nope, sorry. All right, I'm just going to trim off the excess and then put this in here so that this is my mini Misty. And this is when I really love to use the mini Misty. And it's going to help me to get good stamp placement for my sentiment. Hello, and then it's birthday wishes underneath. Always running short on birthday cards, so I just thought, okay, why not? And as you can see, my bouquet is a little less full at the bottom than it is at the top. And I did that on purpose because I have all the sentiment things going on. Can't find my, excuse my hair there, creative corner, so I just found a piece of straight paper there. Oh, that's bad. So I use VersaFine Onyx Black on all my sentiments with odd exception. So that's what's there. And I'm just taking the stamps off and putting them into a small container that sits on my desk so that I don't lose anything in theory. It does work though. So we're going to use the Gina K Connect glue again. And in here, all of those, and I'm putting it down really wherever I think the paper has got to touch. And I don't want that cute little curly cue at the end floating up. So I just give that a little extra pat. So I have some clear raindrops, I think is what they're called, from Lucy's Little Things. I picked them up at Simon Says Stamp, and I'll link to those in the description box below. And I thought I'd try theirs. I've been using Studio Katya's. No, excuse me, Pretty Pink Posh. But I've gotten a lot of notes that they've been out of stock, excuse me. So I decided to try these, and they are just basically the same. There's no difference really. I am going to use my Marby Jewel Pick here to put these back into place, and you can see I'm such a messy crafter. My goodness. And then get those lined up. I always have to put these on a card. And what I didn't think about when I did this is that I should have put one in each of the centers. Okay, so let's get right to the giveaway rules. So you will need to leave a comment on my blog. I will have a link to my blog in the description box below, and it needs to be the post from May 30th. There will be 3 winners. Each winner will receive a $50 gift certificate to one of the 3 stores that are in this hop. The winner will be announced on June 7th on each one of the blogs. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I would love it if you subscribed, and thank you.